What's up everyone, it's Peter Whisper here. Today is Wednesday. I went to the International Music Academy and got coached again on how to play guitar, even though I've been playing it for like most of my life now. But still, one can always learn new things. And I did learn a couple of things today, like for example how to write better songs, just how to transition between parts really of the song. Stuff like build up, for example. So I'll try to make my songs better in the future. But this is like a process really. It takes time to develop not only skill but also like style. So yeah, I continue to exercise daily. Yeah, at least a couple of hours per day I dedicate to music, which is kind of hard now because I'm also trying to leave Poland, so a lot of like administrative tasks. I already got my documents updated, but I forgot about the driver's license, so I have to do that still. Yeah, and I just hope that it all happens on time, because I have set a deadline for myself, like the 1st of June I want to leave Poland, so it all has to just come together somehow. And so far it has been happening this way, so I am positive that this will happen. And I'm also making some progress, like just with looking for a partner, and just mental issues really at this point. So yeah, in this regard I'm kind of looking for some shortcuts, I guess, but it is helpful anyway. So yeah, I met again with some girl like through a website. Yeah, and it was rather positive. I did not expect it to be like this, because she's kind of attractive, so, and yeah, like this is one of my biggest fear, really. So yeah, it was quite stressful, but in a way it was a positive experience, which is surprising in and of itself, because I just assumed that women don't find me attractive. So yeah, I don't know why. Just because of my past. So trying to reverse all the damage, all the negative changes now. So yeah, don't have the time to do a live today, or the energy rather. I have the time, but I just don't have the energy because there are like so many things I'm doing in a single day. It's just insane. Because I have this like life design system that I have developed, and it allows to do like a lot of things in a single day, to the point where it's like no longer possible like physically to do anything. In the past I would just get sick every like 2 weeks, and I didn't know what was happening, but that was it basically. Just there are limits to how much a human body can do really, and yeah, this limit will be overcome in the future with like robotics and AI, which is scary. That's partly the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because there's really the time left really to figure out how like humans will be able to survive in the future. I'm still not sure about this part. Myself, I want to take part in space exploration. Here on Earth, I don't know how will humanity survive. Like I said already, I just don't see it really, because it will be like a competing species eventually with like a higher intelligence. It will be autonomous already. Agents exist on the internet, let's say, but this will also happen in reality. So it's hard to make sense of this, because nothing like this has ever happened on Earth, at least not in this short of a time scale. So my vision is also partly related to this. I have a website now, piotrwisper.com, which will serve like a hub, I guess, for, I don't know, people who don't want to be consumed by this. And because it does tend in this direction that we are just being extracted of everything really at this point, in a sense. And it's like not a given that these autonomous, let's say, machines powered by AI will have our interest in mind. I mean, of course, we are making them to like help us out, but eventually I think the dynamic will just reverse. Since they will be more intelligent, then we will become like subservient to them and like pets, essentially. It's eventually probably this already happening, I think, in some sense. Looking at like how just bigger cultural trends, how people dress, how people behave, in a sense this is already happening, like the beginning stages of this. So yeah, it's hard to see it, I guess, and I'm not like entirely sure that the way I see it is correct, of course, but yeah, at least trying to look at it not through a filter really, or not really in a like specific filter, which is really hard to do. Of course, like we have to accept some things. For example, evolution is a real process. We have to accept this, and I mean it's clear. Technological, especially, like how quickly these devices are evolving now, from like the computer to the smartphone. There will be like a next step probably soon, some kind of a ear device maybe, without a screen, but yeah, we will see what happens. So see you next time.